Many people struggle with managing their money and end up making costly mistakes that affect their financial well-being. Whether it is overspending, not saving enough, or ignoring debt, these habits can lead to stress, anxiety, and even bankruptcy. In this video, we will explain you how to determine your net worth, set financial goals, track your spending, and create a budget. In the second part of this video, we will also point out about some of the mistakes that people make when managing their money, such as spending more than they earn, relying on credit cards for everyday expenses, and staying at a dead-end job. Here are some steps you can take to get started. 1. Determine your net worth. Your net worth is a snapshot of your financial health. It shows you how much wealth you have accumulated over time. To calculate your net worth, you need to list all your assets and liabilities and subtract the total liabilities from the total assets. For example, if you have $50,000 in savings, $20,000 in stocks, $200,000 in home equity, and $10,000 in car value, your total assets are $280,000. If you have $100,000 in mortgage, $15,000 in student loans, $5,000 in credit card debt, and $2,000 in other bills, your total liabilities are $122,000. Your net worth is $280,000 to $122,000 equals $158,000. You should aim to increase your net worth over time by increasing your assets and decreasing your liabilities. 2. Set financial goals. Your financial goals are the specific outcomes you want to achieve with your money. They help you focus your efforts and motivate you to take action. To set effective financial goals, you need to make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This is also known as the SMART criteria. Specific means you have a clear and concrete target. Measurable means you can track your progress and evaluate your results. Achievable means you have the resources and skills to accomplish your goal. Relevant means your goal aligns with your values and priorities. Time-bound means you have a deadline or a time frame to complete your goal. For example, instead of saying, "I want to save more money," you could say, "I want to save $10,000 for a down payment on a house by December 2026. This goal is specific because you have a precise amount and a purpose, measurable because you can check your savings balance and compare it to your target. Achievable because you can save $10,000 in 3 years if you save about $278 per month. Relevant because you want to buy a house and this is a necessary step. And time-bound because you have a specific date to reach your goal. 3. Track your spending. Your spending is how you use your money to pay for your needs and wants. It reflects your lifestyle and habits. To track your spending, you need to record every transaction you make for a month. You can use a financial app like YNAB or EveryDollar to automatically sync your bank accounts and categorize your expenses. You can also use a spreadsheet to manually enter your data and see your spending breakdown. Tracking your spending will help you see how much you spend on different categories, such as housing, food, transportation, entertainment, etc. You can also compare your spending to your income and see if you have a surplus or a deficit. A surplus means you spend less than you earn, and a deficit means you spend more than you earn. You should aim to have a surplus and use it to save and invest. If you have a deficit, you need to either increase your income or reduce your spending or both. 4. Create a budget. A budget is a plan for how you will spend your money each month. It helps you allocate your income among your expenses, savings, and investments. It also helps you control your spending and achieve your financial goals. To create a budget, you need to list your income sources and your fixed expenses, such as rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, etc. These are the costs that are the same or similar every month and are essential for your living. Then, subtract your fixed expenses from your income to get your disposable income. This is the amount of money you have left after paying your bills. Next, decide how much you want to save and invest each month and set aside that amount. This is the money you use to grow your wealth and reach your financial goals. You can use the 50-30-20 rule as a guideline. Save or invest 20% of your income, Spend 30% on your wants and 50% on your needs. Finally, divide the remaining amount among your variable expenses, such as food, clothing, entertainment, etc. These are the costs that vary every month and are discretionary for your living. You can use the envelope system to allocate your money for each category and stick to your limit. You should try to stick to your budget and adjust it as needed. These are the 4 basic steps to organize your finances and set yourself up for success. By following them, you can take control of your money, reduce your stress, and achieve your goals. However, these steps are not enough on their own. You also need to avoid some common mistakes that can derail your financial plans and cause you more problems. Here are some of them and how to avoid them. 1. Spending more than they earn. This can lead to debt, interest payments, and financial stress. To avoid this, you should track your spending, create a budget, and live within your means. For example, if you earn $3,000 per month, but spend $3,500 on rent, food, entertainment, and other expenses, you will have a deficit of $500 every month. This means you will have to borrow money from your credit cards or other sources and pay interest on top of the principal. This can quickly spiral out of control and make it harder for you to save and invest for your future. 2. Relying on credit cards for everyday expenses. This can also result in debt, interest payments, and a lower credit score. Credit cards are useful tools for emergencies, rewards, and convenience, but they should not be used to cover the shortfalls in your budget. When you use your credit cards to pay for things like groceries, gas, or utilities, you are essentially borrowing money at a high interest rate. This means you will end up paying more for the same items than if you paid with cash or debit. It also means you will have less money available for your savings and investments. Additionally, using too much of your credit limit can lower your credit score, which can affect your ability to get loans, mortgages, or better interest rates in the future. 3. Staying at a dead-end job. This can hurt you financially because it does not give you room for advancement or to increase your earnings. Your income is one of the most important factors in your financial success, as it determines how much you can save, invest, and spend. If you are stuck in a job that does not challenge you, reward you, or offer you opportunities to grow, you are limiting your potential and your happiness. You should always look for ways to improve your skills, network with others, and seek new opportunities that match your goals and passions. This can help you increase your income, boost your confidence, and achieve your financial goals faster. These are some of the common mistakes that people make that can slow down their financial progress. By avoiding them, you can improve your financial situation and achieve your dreams. Remember, the key to financial success is to spend less than you earn, use credit cards wisely, and pursue your career aspirations. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Let me know what you think about it. Please leave a comment below. I'll see you next time.